Thursday, 5 September. Welcome to the PDB Afternoon Bulletin. I'm Mike Baker, your eyes and ears on the world stage. All right, let's get briefed. First, cybersecurity experts are warning that North Korea is getting both more creative and more aggressive in their attempts to infiltrate American companies, leveraging the post-COVID boom in remote work to access company networks and steal intellectual property, netting, get this, hundreds of millions of dollars for the Kim regime. Also, Germany is on edge after an 18-year-old Austrian gunman with Islamist ties was shot dead by authorities in Munich on Thursday. And that's after exchanging gunfire close to the Israeli consulate. The incident comes on the anniversary of the 1972 attack by Palestinians at the Munich Olympics that resulted in the deaths of 11 Israeli athletes. But first, our afternoon spotlight. Let's begin with the North Korean regime. Security experts are warning that Kim Jong-un's minions are engaged in a sprawling cyber espionage operation that has been successfully infiltrating U.S. companies by using stolen identities to pose as remote IT workers. Now, according to an exclusive report from the Wall Street Journal, since at least 2022, North Koreans have been hired for hundreds, if not thousands, of low-level information technology jobs and other digital roles at U.S. companies. Justice Department sources told the Journal that the scheme has helped North Korea evade strict international sanctions by netting Kim Jong-un's cash-starved regime hundreds of millions of dollars. While we know North Korean cyber spies have long been working to steal sensitive intellectual property and military secrets, of course, from the U.S., it appears the COVID pandemic gave the Hermit Kingdom a new vector of attack, and that would be remote jobs. The scheme employs generative AI tools to create fake but convincing LinkedIn profiles to fool prospective recruiters. The North Korean cyber spies then use laptop farms run by agents on the ground in the U.S. who install remote desktop software to make it appear that the North Koreans are working from within the U.S. Once hired by a U.S. company, the North Korean agents will often use their IT role to steal intellectual property, deploy malware, or open up backdoors to facilitate cyber attacks. They do all of this while earning a paycheck. The companies are paying them because, well, they're remote workers, or otherwise defrauding American companies. Those funds are then funneled back to North Korea, which has allegedly poured the hundreds of millions of dollars of profits into their nuclear weapons and ballistic missile program. Now, I know that you're as surprised as I am that Kim hasn't been using these ill-gotten gains to feed the population of North Korea and to improve their quality of life. That's just surprising. Interestingly, in some cases, the hired North Korean agents would actually perform their job duties without engaging in any sabotage, earning a steady paycheck that would be partially claimed by the Kim regime. Analysts with Google Cloud's Mandiant Cyber Threat Division said they were stunned at the apparent scale of the operation. Michael Barnhart, a senior Mandiant analyst, told the Journal, quote, "Once we peeled back these onion layers, we realized these IT workers are everywhere," end quote. Earlier this year, Mandiant shared nearly 800 email addresses suspected of belonging to North Korean IT workers with private sector security firms, and found that 10% of the emails had been used just between February and August alone to apply to thousands of remote positions. At least 236 of these applications led to conversations with recruiters. More disturbingly, at least 5 of the applications were sent to critical infrastructure companies in the U.S. Now, as you can imagine, that's a favorite target of North Korean hackers looking to destabilize essential services in America. A startup technology company called Cinder said they'd been overwhelmed by North Korean agents posing as IT workers. Representatives for the company said they began receiving fraudulent applications in early 2023, and that roughly 80% of applicants from certain job sites were suspected North Korean operatives. Technology companies, reached for comment by the Journal, said that the uptick in applications from North Korean spies has significantly intensified over the past 2 years. The revelations come on the heels of a federal indictment unsealed in May that alleges an American woman in Arizona and an Ukrainian national ran a network of laptop farms that landed North Korean operatives positions at more than 300 U.S. companies. In that scheme, the agents stole the identities of 60 U.S. citizens and sent roughly $6.8 million back to Pyongyang for use by the Kim regime. All right, coming up after the break, Germany is on edge after an 18-year-old Austrian gunman with Islamist ties was shot dead by authorities in Munich on Thursday after exchanging gunfire close to the Israeli consulate. I'll be right back. Welcome back to the Afternoon Bulletin. I want to turn your attention now to a potential terror incident in Germany, where police fatally shot an Islamist gunman near the Israeli consulate and a Nazi history museum in Munich on Thursday. The incident came on the 52nd anniversary of the Munich Olympics terror attack, as the city marked the event where Palestinian terrorists murdered 11 Israeli athletes during the 1972 Games. The gunman, an 18-year-old Austrian national known to authorities for his Islamist ties, traveled to Germany from Austria's Salzburg region, and early Thursday morning, police responded to reports of a man armed with a long-barreled gun. According to police spokesperson Andreas Franken, when officers approached the individual, an exchange of gunfire ensued. The suspect was fatally wounded during the confrontation and died at the scene. No officers or staff at the nearby Israeli consulate, which was closed for a memorial service, were reported injured. Bavaria's Interior Minister, Joachim Herrmann, confirmed that the suspect shot at the police first, prompting them to return fire. The firearm in the suspect's possession was described as an old model with a repeating mechanism. 5 officers were present during the incident, and additional units were deployed to boost security. Now, German Interior Minister Nancy Faeser labeled the event a, quote, serious incident and emphasized the importance of protecting Israeli facilities within Germany. Israeli President Isaac Herzog also commented, saying he had spoken with his German counterpart to express, quote, condemnation and horror over what he referred to as a, quote, terror attack. Authorities are investigating the gunman's motives, exploring possible terrorism links, while Munich police remain tight-lipped about the specifics. The timing and location of the incident have raised suspicions about a potential connection to the 52nd anniversary of the 1972 Munich Olympics attack. During those attacks, Palestinian terrorists from the Black September organization took 11 Israeli athletes hostage, killing them all and also killing a West German police officer. The shooting on Thursday comes at a time of rising anti-Semitism and extremist violence in Europe. Recent reports show that nearly 40% of global anti-Semitic incidents in 2023 occurred in Europe. Germany, in particular, has seen a sharp increase in anti-Semitic incidents, with reports nearly doubling in recent years. The Munich police have urged the public to remain vigilant, but reassured citizens that there's no immediate threat to safety in other parts of Germany's third-largest city. And that, my friends, is the PDB Afternoon Bulletin for Thursday, 5 September. If you have any questions or comments, please reach out to us at pdb@thefirsttv.com. And with the weekend approaching, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that it's right around the corner, that means that the PDB team is busy producing a new episode of our weekend show, the PDB Situation Report. If I'm not mistaken, the house band is rehearsing. Folks are dressing the set. And I believe our most excellent guests this week are consuming snacks and tasty beverages in the PDB green room before we tape. You'll find it on the First TV, of course, as well as our YouTube channel. Please check that out. That's at President's Daily Brief. And, of course, all podcast platforms. I'm Mike Baker. I'll be back tomorrow. Until then, stay informed, stay safe, stay cool.